Okay, again, I got interrupted. I don't know what's up with this, like, do not disturb stuff I'm putting on my phone, and phone's getting through anyway. I don't even feel like editing today, so you're just gonna have to, like, switch over and look at this part too, okay? That's how it is today. I don't even feel like it. Like, I can't, you know? But yeah, if anybody has that documentary, knows where I can get that, I really want it. I saw it like around, it was online, it was on YouTube like around 2011, 2012, and I've not been able to find it. I know there's another documentary about the soldiers. I forgot the name of Direct Order. That's the name of it, Direct Order. But that's not the one I'm looking for. It's another one, like specifically with a guy who's Japanese American, and his name is Gary Matsumoto, and he did a whole like expose / documentary on vaccine A. But what was I gonna say? Cutter incident, polio, 1955, right? The data suggests that a lot of people were becoming paralyzed from DDT, and there have been graphs that have been done, comparisons showing that people were that were becoming paralyzed from polio was from DDT, Paris green, chemical poisoning, where, you know, you have to think about weird things like why did it only really affect children, right? What's his name? Teddy Roosevelt was re-diagnosed. They thought where he may have had polio, but it was later found out, and this is out of CNN actually reported this, that he actually had Guillain-Barré, which is a paralytic illness that you can get from chemical poisoning or a vaccine, okay? There was a lady around the time called Elizabeth, I'm trying to drive and think, it's hard. No, what's her name? Sister Elizabeth Kenny, who was actually curing people from polio at the time, actually did a little mini movie on it. Like, she's well documented. They've made movies out of her. President Roosevelt was aware of her. She visited the White House. Alan Alda, that actor on MASH, made a comment talking about that she cured him, and he basically was saying, well, the vaccine didn't cure me, she actually cured me. And her method was basically the opposite of what they were doing for polio victims. The muscles would become contracted and they couldn't like walk, so they would put them in leg braces. But what she would do, she would give them hot baths, and that would enable your skin to detox through your pores. So if you had chemical poisoning in your skin and you detox through your pores, that would get the chemicals out of your skin. And then what she would do is basically just retrain people to use their muscles again. And she had an 80% success rate. 80%. This is documented, okay? So I just don't believe the media anymore. Oh, and then Jonas Salk is on camera. I have a clip of him, the inventor of the polio vaccine, on camera saying that you can actually get polio from the polio vaccine. And then the Cutter document is well documented. Somebody already told me to look up the Cutter incident, and I was like, look, dude, I already did a movie on it. So if you would like to see that, I'm gonna put these videos up before I get to put the information in the links. But go to the Truth or Talk playlist. Go to my playlist that I made of mini movies, like 3 5-minute, probably 5 to 10 minute little mini movies that I've done compiling up information, which I really would like to do more of, but I don't really have the time right now. But I did one specifically on polio, putting all those points together. All of them completely documented in the film, and then I left links in the description like I always do, even though people want to like get up on this page and be like, oh, you're just talking out your ass. I'm like, you can't, it's just a finger scroll away, dude. It's not hard to like, look, that's all you got to do, this, and then when you see it, you take your mouse and you go chicky, and then boom, there you go, information, okay? Anyway, I'm just pissed today. I'm just pissed. It's my pissy day today. Fucking people not using their common sense. Don't let them, because my fear is if people buy into this hype. Oh, okay. I know I was about to wrap this up, but I guess I'm not. also because of a lot of things are being exposed in the medical industry, the opioid crisis, the Vioxx scandal, the fact that iatrogenesis is the third leading cause of death, which is medical error, in the United States, all these vaccine injuries, right? So a lot of people are starting to lose trust in the pharmaceutical industry. I would say that there are quite a few agendas, right? They want to lock down people. They want to try and restore trust in the pharmaceutical industry. They want to create martial law, and they can use it as a way to quarantine people and take people's guns away, like they've been wanting to do. So, use your head. Look, compare and contrast. Don't just watch the news that you already don't trust and let them scare the shit out of you, because they're fucking liars. All these reporters that seem all important in their fucking suit and tie, they're reading from teleprompters. They don't do investigative research. John Rappaport, the guy that I mentioned I would really love to interview, he's one of the few people around that actually gets off and from behind his computer and off his ass and actually investigates and uses critical thinking. He's great, okay? But most reporters don't do that. And what's even worse, when I was living outside the country, I noticed that all of the foreign news media outlets just repeats what we say and they translate it. They don't do investigative research. They probably don't even know what that means, okay? I mean, I'm not saying the people of the country, I'm saying the reporters, they think that they're reporting, but they don't understand they don't do. I'm saying they don't understand because they don't go out and do investigative research. They just either do their research by quoting somebody else, op-ed pieces, and then they put it on a teleprompter, or they just have somebody else writing it and they just straight up read from the teleprompter in their own language, okay? Oh, there's another scandal that just happened. The dengue fever vaccine that was actually causing people giving people dengue fever. In the Philippines, there's also, people, healthcare workers being killed in Africa, in Chad, Nigeria, in Pakistan, and in India, people are falling, getting injured because of vaccines. In Colombia, in Japan, there are two huge class action lawsuits because there you can actually sue the pharmaceutical industry for a lot of girls that got paralyzed with Gardasil. There's a lawsuit against the zoster vaccine, the shingles vaccine, for actually giving people shingles. So, they're crumbling down. I think their lives are crumbling down, and they're using desperate measures in order to try and get their control back. And this is one way that they're trying to do it, is by creating a fake epidemic to scare people into giving their power away to them so they can have control, okay? I'm just saying, there's so many theories out there. Just go and look at some, and then look at the bullshit they're feeding you, and just use your head. Just use your head. That's all I'm asking. Okay? Don't just sit up there and let the tube feed you. Let the social media feed you. It's everywhere now. Okay? And everybody's talking about it, whether they believe it and they want to make money off of it, or they're trying to con people. It's the hot topic right now. Whether you have a YouTube channel like me, my intent is to tell people not to believe the bullshit. Other people's intent is to get them scared and be like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. Whatever, okay? It's out there. It's the hot topic. Whose ever intention is by whatever they're saying they're doing, their whatever. They have an intention behind it, whether it's good or bad. But I'm just asking you guys to use your head and don't let them scare the shit out of you, okay? That's it, y'all. Okay, now I think I'm gonna wrap this up. Love you guys. Peace and love. Bye-bye. Mwah.